Cool, cool, cool.
All right. We are live.
What's up?
Excuse me. Just check everything's working. Okay, we should be good. Cool. I wonder what we'll see from Fangame since his kind of like classic team with the for the home meta with the Bears band.
Is the game up?
No, it's not yet. So I'm
Oh,
just thinking about it, like what we're gonna see from him.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Like Fangame is a known trick room abuser.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. And Nido-Rus will probably do something about that and prepare accordingly. Like probably leaning into more bulky
Oh,
offense
here we
style
go.
of teams, those that
We're
match
in.
up well to Trick Room. Game is up. And that is exactly what we see, though not really.
The
Fan game
Glastrier.
pulling up with, yeah, Glastrier and Abomasnow Trick Room. Uh, Not something unexpected from Fan game as a Trick Room OTP or One Trick Pony. Well, Nidorus pulled up with Glimora Qianpao Chiyu. That's interesting. While also having Palafin and Iron Hands in the back. Interesting matchup for sure.
All right. Oh, I'm screwed up the echo again. There we go. I fixed it.
Oh
I wonder if
yeah.
we'll see something
Well,
like a double Terra water from the Glastrier and the Abomasnow. Or if we'll see it like an
yeah.
alternative Terra type on the Glastrier.
This Glimora will probably a difference maker, especially if it gets up rocks. And yeah, well, rocks is the
Yeah,
one that
rocks would be
matters.
excellent
Fan
here. So
game has three rocks weak Pokemon. Toxic spikes would also be annoying, certainly annoying, though fan game does have the Cresselia Lunar Blessing to at least make that less of a problem that it should be. Yeah, but this Glimora is probably gonna get rocks up nearly uncontested. Fan game 10 only really has Iron Hands to do something about it. No other faster Pokemon as well, Fangame does have Chi-Yu and Fluttermane, but come on, Glimora is not dying to those two unless they both show up on the field. Glimora indeed led as expected. Chi-Yu on both sides, while Fangame 10 also has Iron Hands to fake out one of these Pokemon from Nido-Rus. Instant Snarl from Fangame 10, lowering the special attack of
yeah,
Glimora
and there's
here.
the
Stealth
rocks.
Rocks
Ooh,
instantly
a
set. Instant
sword
Swords Dance. That's
stance.
crazy. The turn one Swords Dance. This
We haven't been seeing a lot of
it's
sword
actually I think
stance.
it looks good here. To be
Yeah, it
honest,
does.
Nidorus does not. Well, I was gonna say that Nidorus does not have a Drain Punch switch in, but he does have Lettermane. This Iron Hand's probably interested in committing Terra right now, in so it doesn't take too much damage from the Chi-Yu. Though could also just Fangame could also just elect to save the Terra here. -1 special attack Glamora, not as threatening anymore to the Chi-Yu, considering Chi-Yu also has a great special defense for an offensive type for an offensive Pokemon. The only thing on the field right now that's any threatening is the Chiyu on Nido-Rus'
Yeah,
side.
that Glim can't
Fan
touch
games
it, so
Chiyu gets the snarl first. It's
no
probably
lucky
Scarf if
burn.
we're gonna be real. Mortal Spin poisoning both of Fan
There goes
games
the
Pokemon,
Chi.
while yeah, Nido-Rus' Chiyu just gets destroyed. Fluttermane sent in onto the field. It may very well get -1 special attack. It's not Scarf. Fangame's Chiyu is not Scarf. It just won
Hmm.
the speed tie, apparently.
Oh, a
Reflect on the
reflect.
Glimora.
That's really interesting. That's probably a
That's
really good pick, I think.
that's
I don't
base. Does
think
it
I've ever
also get
seen
light
that.
screen? So I guess Nidorus's team is basically hazards plus screens on Glimora plus a bunch of strong bastards. Like kind of a terrorist composition.
I wonder if this
But it
cheese
does
like
work, yeah.
goggles or something like that.
Hmm. I wouldn't know. It probably is. Could have, but it didn't really reveal the item, so that's
No,
kind of whack. Moonblast on the Chiyu gets
I don't know if that crit mattered.
yeah. I
Probably
don't know.
not with the Terra.
Chiyu's fan games Chiyu could very well be AV. It's not out of question. It
No,
probably
definitely
isn't
not.
though. I'm not sure if it's Scarf. It didn't look, or I mean Specs. I'm not sure if it's Specs. It didn't look like Specs damage to me. Though Glimora expectedly does set up the light screen. Screens are technically really good against Trick Room since it basically kind of neuters their advantage in the sense that having less damage in your key turns is really annoying. So this is certainly good prep from Nido-Rus. The turn one SD Iron Hands from Fangame 10 once looking threatening, but now Fangame 10 is on the back foot. Abomasnow sent in onto the field without a speed advantage against the Glimora, though granted, Glimora is -1
Oh, and it
special
just
attack and it doesn't
barely
even have any
lives.
special attacks. Yeah, Glimora barely lives, gets to Mortal Spin again to poison both of Fangame 10's Pokemon. Aurora Veil going up for Fangame 10. Probably now setting up for a Glastrier endgame, though I'm not sure how that would go against an Iron Hands and a Palafin.
It looks pretty rough to me.
Cresselia switched onto the field. Fangame 10's Fluttermane out, winning the supposed tie in the Fluttermane matchup, taking down both of Nidorus's Pokemon onto the field. Now, Nidorus has uh, a decision to make here, though. Palafin likely to come onto the field right now just so that it can actually activate its ability and transform into the big version. So Nidrus is basically choosing between Xian Pao and Iron Hands in this position. Xian Pao chosen here, probably aiming at the Fluttermane, could also just elect to protect the Xian Pao and let the Fluttermane die to a poison. Since it's basically guaranteed to die here, if the Fluttermane switches out to not die to the poison, it's gonna die to Stealth Rocks.
Yeah. Gleam is a safe option there just to cover either
Yeah.
way.
Neither is smart for sending in Qianpao first and switching Palafin to Iron Hands in order to get a fake out in this position. Fangame 10 having Aurora Veil up in the Glastrier with a +1 defense boost.
Doesn't yeah. There's no
Brick
Oh,
Break. Breaking the Aurora Veil from. Does it? It does actually
yes it
break it.
does.
Yeah. Brick Break breaking the screens on. Fangame 10 side of the field.
Definitely well prepared.
This Glastrier now vulnerable to Iron Hands. Heavy slam on the Palafin does 14%, the equivalent of nothing. And this is looking really, really bleak for Fangame 10.
Yeah, this is most likely
Glastrier
over.
Glastrier won't have the +1 defense boost anymore from a possible snow switch in, and it just dies. Lunar Blessing healing nobody, Nido-Rus bulking up to +1 to seal the game, to basically guarantee the win.
Yeah, and there's just no way out here. No. There's our game
Drain
one.
Punch to Queen, yeah, and that's all she wrote. The Iron Hands being too much of a problem, Cresselia electing to Trick Room again to deactivate Trick Room, I guess. It's not like it could do anything to
Yeah.
make a difference. And that's GG.
GG.
Yeah. The screens on Nido-Rus's side
Doing a
made it
lot
a
of work
little
there.
too hard for Fangame 10, I'd say. All of his attackers were basically timing based because of Trick Room, or they were somewhat frail and too easily traded off. Since if they don't, like for example, Flutter Main, if it doesn't get the KO, it's kind of vulnerable to getting hit back. And getting hit back is not good for business when it comes to using Flutter Main. Unless it's bulky, of course, but like, come on.
Now we wait for game two. Unless I'm crazy and it's live. No, it's not. Okay.
Yeah. Fan Game 10. Will he bring a Trick Room team yet again?
Most likely.
Or most likely, come on. It's Fan Game 10.
He's the master.
Like, if he's not winning with Trick Room,
Then he's not winning in his book.
yeah. Well, however, what other kinds of preparation did Nido-Rus have in store? Does Nido-Rus have in store? I mean, Basque Legion will probably make an appearance, considering its Basque Legion's one problem is its speed, but it won't be a problem if the opponent is a known Trick Room abuser. And Basque Legion is also really good into Cresselia, considering Last
Here we go.
Respects is super
Game
effective
two.
against Psychic. Like, come on.
With a similar team, just with Iron
It's a
Bundle.
similar team, yeah. Yeah, Fan Game 10 pretty much brought the exact same team with Iron Bundle in the place of some in place of Iron Hands, I think. No Iron Hands
Yeah.
on Fan Game 10 side. Nido-Rus, however, packing a different kind of team. Still bulky offense, but a different kind of flavor. This this big bishop, I can't recall the name for some reason. King
King
Gambit.
Gambit.
King
The
Gambit.
big sharp. We love the big sharp.
Yeah. This King Gambit potentially dangerous for Fan Game 10 side. Though Big Sharp is known for not running Iron Head, though may perhaps Idris could instead be running Iron Head Sucker Punch, knowing the matchup he's about to face. Instead, Big Sharp led into Chi Yu Fluttermane. It doesn't look good, to be honest.
No. Oh boy, what's Fangame got to say? Three ice types.
Three ice types. Three ice types into Volcanion. That's rough,
Better
buddy.
double down.
This Volcanion on Nidorus' side also most likely to be Assault Vest. Though if it is Assault Vest, it's weird that it's not led in this position. So it could not be Assault Vest. I wouldn't know.
I've seen like it could be sub. I've seen very few non-assault vests, and if they are, they're like sub. So sub like sub
I don't I,
leftovers.
I don't think Nidorus' team needs sub, to be
No,
honest.
I
It
don't think so
probably
either.
just wants AV to like come in onto the Flutter mains. Though that you just instantly dies, I guess. Like Sucker Punch, Moonblast from Nidorus, like basically taking it down. That's a surprising
That's
death.
very
I did
smart.
not see that coming.
Neither did I. That's very
Flutter,
smart.
yeah. Fluttermane on Nido-Rus's side, most likely choice specs,
It's in
considering how
danger
much
now.
damage it, yeah, considering how much damage it did to the Chiyu, it's most likely choice specs.
Yeah.
This Fluttermane on Fangame 10 went second compared to Nidorus's Fluttermane. So Nidorus's Fluttermane more likely than not to have more speed invested and advantageous in this position. Fangame 10 also possibly having difficulty in switching in Cresselia in this position if Fluttermane is locked into Moonblast, but even I mean, neither is a sweater main at least, but King Gambit onto the field, threatening a Kowtow cleave. Abomas though instead sent in, but this position not necessarily good for it. Sucker Punch onto the Terra Fairy Flutter main. Why did that deal 40? This is kind of fucked up. I'm
That's quite a
surprised
lot of
that dealt
damage, yeah.
40 to be honest. That's a lot of damage. That's probably black glasses onto Flutter main that doesn't have any investment. I'd love to say that's kind of not allowed.
And this already looks extremely rough for fan game.
Yeah.
Unless he can get a freeze here.
Though Obama's now actually faster than the King Gambit in normal conditions. So it's now this King Gambit may very well be faster now in Trick Room than both of these Pokemon on Fangame 10 side. They're very much threatening to Koto Cleave the Cresselia and finish it off.
Yeah, you
Could
can
also
pick
just
really any slot.
Koto Cleave the Obama Snow.
Oh, it just barely
The Obama
misses.
Snow lives. Nido-Rus probably hoping to Pollen Puff heal the King Gambit, but apparently that's not a play anymore.
Yeah, I would definitely expect Iron Hands here. Yeah, there it
Well,
is.
after Thanos 1 died, here's Thanos number 2, Iron Hands. Well, this Cresselia has the potential to live forever, though this Iron Hands from Nido-Rus may very well just set up a sword stance. This Cresselia on Fangame 10 side more likely than not to be safety goggles. So Spore is not an option that Nidorus is looking into right now. Pollen Puff on the Cresselia instead deals essentially nothing. Let's just say Lunar Blessing on the Cresselia for to basically heal the damage from the Pollen Puff. Now Glastrier onto the field.
Very
Plus
curious what
one
the item
defense
might
boost
be.
from the snow.
Oh,
Clear
clear
smogs
side clear
away
smog. How
the
about
defense
that?
boosts. That's really
That
creative.
does. Wow. It's very bulky Glastrier there.
Yeah. This position is pissing me off. It's just two bulky bastards hitting each other. Though Glastrier in a somewhat advantageous position, though it's tough to say that when it's in front of an Iron Hands who could very well close combat it.
Nido really just
Though
has to
Glastrier no longer has the defense boost from Snow, Icicle Spear onto the Amogus, it lives by 10 HP with a sliver of health. Fluttermane now threatening to Shadow Ball Predator Drone Cresselia.
if I'm Nido, I just stall out the Aurora Veil as long as possible,
Yeah.
and then clean up with the
Amogus most
Volcanion.
likely switched out here to get Regenerator healing, and Volcanion is also really free anyways. While this Fluttermane on either side, all it really has to do is Shadow Ball the Cresselia wants to deal massive damage to it for pressure. This Iron Hands and Volcanion really problematic for Fangame 10s. Bundle and Glastrier Helping Hand unleashed on the Cresselia. Glastrier Icicle Crash takes down the Flutter main plus one attack boost. I forgot it even has that ability. I never see this kill anything. But apparently it's now huh. Well, this is a weird position for Fangame 10. Glastrier in front of a faster Iron Hands and a faster Volcanion. Ally switch not necessarily relevant because of Heat Wave
Oh, fake out.
fakes out the yeah, fake out essentially stalls out the last Aurora Veil turn, but Stomping Tantrum deals 1 million damage. Nido-Rus can aim the Steam Eruption onto the Cresselia to be relatively safe. Heatwave instead, and close
And close combat
combat on
finishes the
Glastrier
Glastrier.
to
Yeah.
seal the game. Is it sealed? This Iron Hands most likely switches out to remove the defense boosts, by the way. Volcanion apparently not Assault Vest, and instead it's leftovers, so it could also just protect here probably. This Cresselia not really interested in setting up Trick Room right now. Psychic on Fangame 10 hits the Iron Hands and
Oh,
also. Ooh,
encore.
I hate this move so
Oh,
much. Such a busted move.
that.
Ally switch. Fangame 10 trying to encore the protect to no avail. Protect on
Ah,
Volcanion
yeah, with the
instead
fake
as
out pressure, that's
yeah as
just
Iron Hand
over.
switches in. That protect was relatively safe considering fake out pressure from Iron Hands, though both sides just electing not to use those moves. Wild charge onto the Cresselia, and this should be done. This
All right.
Cresselia unable to finish to carry this game
Well, congrats
for
to
Fangame
Nido.
10. And that's 2-0 for Nido-Rus in an interesting matchup for sure. A great two games from both sides.
Agree. Thank you for casting. Thanks for everybody for watching.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yep.
GG's.
GG's.